So since we got a bunch of time lapse in this video, I kind of want to explain what is going to be going on. And since this is kind of Bryan's project and his baby, we're going to kind of go over what he wants to use and what he's going to end up swapping to the SN. So I just want to keep you guys informed on the project. Also, I think Bryan and I kind of decided what's going to go on with this. So we're going to get to that too in the video. And if you guys have questions, please leave them in the comments below, just like I always say. So we're going to see what he has to say about the swap.
Basically, so what I did today, if you notice the front of it looks different than last time, it's because there's no more wiring up here. So, Joe, if you spin around to the box behind you on the ground.
Yes.
All that is engine harness, fuse box wiring, basically everything from the front of this car to the trans tunnel back. So, if we peep our head inside, those time lapses earlier were us removing all of that fun at the front of the cabin. So why we're doing that, or why I'm doing that, is because we have this car and it's useless as anything else. So we made the choice, since we're using the interior and all the other stuff, it'll be easier just to swap all these harnesses into the SN. So basically the car won't know that it's in an SN shell. All the modules and stuff, as long as I transfer all those over, the car will think it's still an 18. It will just be in a 94 body. So if you go to the front, what I'm in the process of thinking of right now is as far what to do with the pedal assemblies. So since it's an 18, I think all Coyotes run off of electronic throttle body. So basically, this is the throttle pedal. So this is the throttle pedal out of the Coyote. As you can see, it is one sensor or one plug coming out of it. This basically reads to the PCM, lets you know how much throttle you're giving at any given time in this little bit of range. And it's different than the 94, 95 because that was all cable assembly. So Power by the Hour makes a bracket basically that will convert the SN95's mounting position to these mounting positions here. So that'll be bolt right up, no problem with this. That's real easy. The next thing that I need to tackle and figure out is the clutch and brake pedal assembly. A 94-95 uses a cable driven clutch. As you can see here, it had this hydraulic fitting off the line. That's because these Coyotes use a hydraulic clutch. So with all these different sensors on it and the brake pedal sensors, I need to figure out, once I dive into this a little more, if this is something that I can just pop off of this pedal assembly, transfer it onto my 94-95 pedal assembly, or if it would be a better idea to figure out a way to mount this inside the 94-95 body the way that the throttle cable will. And in order to convert with the Coyote engine, well, I don't know where I'm going with this. Since the Coyote engine is going to be a lot wider than what the pushrod engine was, I don't have it out here, but I got a Hydro Boost assembly from our good buddy SVT Baker. Actually, I can sort of show you. So this is a vacuum booster that came off of the Coyote car. It sits right up there, and this basically attaches to the brake pedal itself. My 94 is one of these, but because the Coyote is so much wider than what the pushrod is, a traditional vacuum booster won't work. So the Hydro Boosts came on like the pushrod or the 4-valve or 2-valve cars. And that'll basically allow me to still have power brakes and power steering without having the traditional vacuum booster. What's different about what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to not use traditional hydraulic power steering and use the electronic steering rack out of this car. That will allow all the different like drive modes the steering response that the S550s have, all functional in the 94 and 95, so they're going to have the dash and everything anyways. So that's all controlled in the column itself as far as like how tight or how loose it feels. Hopefully that works, but that will be something down the line. I think I'm going to put it together first with the rack that's in the car in it and just not run lines to it at this point. But that is the eventual end goal with the car. So I guess that's basically the SN update. Do you want to let them in on what we're doing with this car now?
I will.
You will.
Okay.
Queen Joe on top of the donor car right now.
Queen Joe.
Queen Joe.
So
sitting on your throne of
mess.
power.
Throne of power. There's no power.
It's got 2 Joe power right now.
I'll Flintstone it.
Okay. All right. So
Guys, I kind of talked about a little bit in the garage in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, we'll link it, of course. But we kind of asked for what you guys thought would happen with this car, and of course I said 0 to 100. My goal or dream to do would have been to all-wheel drive swap it or get some sort of Dodge or LS or just do something wild. And I know everyone thinks it's, to piss everybody off, but to me it wasn't. I don't think that way. I just think it's different and it's kind of cool. But I think with all the projects that we have coming up in the future and things that we want to get done, Bryan and I decided that we're actually going to turn it into a trailer. So we're going to show you guys an example in a photo, what we mean, because it's not really a drag racing type thing. It's kind of like a stancy car type deal. So basically, if you want to come over here, Bryan. So basically what we're going to do is our thought is we're going to try to follow the windshield line and keep the full door. And it'll literally just have a piece of steel, aluminum, metal, something that covers this. We haven't gone into full detail yet. We just kind of decided it this past weekend. Since it's going to be so stripped, it's not really worth selling or trying to get any money out of it. So we decided that this will probably be what we do, and then we'll somehow try to wrap it to match my car, and we'll probably use it for, and by probably I mean the point is to use it for drag week. So I'm pretty excited that this is what we've decided to do. We just unfortunately can't afford to have all these projects, especially with trying to do something with the Mach 1, which I keep forgetting to talk about, and I'm sorry. We just haven't had it long enough for me to remember like what we want to do. With me wanting a C6 at some point, Bryan wanting to get projects done, so I think this is going to be a fun one, and I'm hoping it's going to be something that doesn't take all summer to do, because drag week is going to be the second week of September.
yeah, second or third,
yeah. So that would be the goal, to get this done. Also with us trying to move and things like that, I just don't think that there's going to be that kind of ability to get another donor for this donor, and it's going to end up being just too much for us right now, unless financially something changes in the next 3 months. That's the plan for this. So I'm pretty excited about it. Let us know what you guys think. We're going to try to bust out more content. We've just been doing, unfortunately, having to adult and do house things and look at houses and finish our kitchen and things like that. So content's going to be flowing over the winter. We definitely have stuff going on. So I hope you guys enjoy what we have for you, and let us know for suggestions. We're going to be at PRI this weekend, and like I said before, Texas 2Ks for sure. After that, our schedules are pretty open. We're trying to fill it for next summer. So whatever you guys got, let us know, and thank you for watching.